I'm going to also go ahead and get folks checked in. So I see that we have Linda Swarthwood. Linda, if you could unmute and just tell me who you're representing here today.
Okay, I am the owner of Murphy's Pub at 2329 West Clifton Avenue.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Mark Kenninger. Mark, welcome back. Did I say your last name right there? Mark, can you hear me? I assume that the rest of us can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, looks like Mark may have an audio issue here. Yeah, he's not connected to audio. Let me grab Mark's number. Sorry about this, folks. I'll have to try and give him a call on his phone to see if we can get connected. Yep, there we go. Okay. Mark, could you unmute?
Yes.
Hi, Mark. All right. Is it Kenninger? Mark, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like your connection's a little bit unstable. Mark, if you, I don't know if that's just still connecting. Can you hear me okay, Mark?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble with your connection on our end, but let's see if we can get through some of this. I will say that if we need a backup, sometimes logging on from your phone just to participate can sometimes fix that issue. It's sometimes a little bit better connectivity. So just want to cue that up for you as potential backup plan. But
okay.
let's see how far we can get. I see we also have Matt Lashide here with the zoning department. Welcome, Matt. Okay.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read through our hearing script. Mark, let's hold off on the share screen for now. Just give me 1 minute. I appreciate the eagerness to jump into the subject matter here. Let me read through this script so that we can do just that. This is the June 7th, 2023 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. I'm the Zoning Hearing Examiner. The case before us today is case number, ZH20230068 and case number ZH20230069. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any opposing parties an opportunity to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the Zoning Hearing Examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any potential opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. If we did have anyone here from the public, which we do not, they would have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. I'll give the zoning department an opportunity to provide any testimony in addition to the staff report. And in the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to the application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony that was offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. Excuse me. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties, I'll do my best, as we've seen, to sort of troubleshoot those on the fly. But if there's some defect that crops up that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with the hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, I think I just need to swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So if that's you, if you could raise your right hand, I need everyone to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Okay, great. All right, and so I think we're not anticipating anyone else joining us on the applicant owner side. Is that right?
That's right.
There's not generations of UC alumni that are going to be coming to testify in support of this project. I thought on some level there would be some.
They're waiting
Yeah.
outside. There's hundreds of them. They're waiting outside.
Okay, got it. All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? Mark, do you want to take the lead here? Yes,
My name is Mark Kenninger. My company is KPS Architecture and Landscape. I'm working with the owner today, and I've read the staff's report, and I agree with everything that they had in the report, and we appreciate their support of the project. I just have a couple things to add. One, and can I share my screen now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if staff will have this because we got to them a little late, but we actually have two letters that we're going to include, and I believe staff has these. One is from a property owner adjacent to Murphy's Pub, and the other letter is actually from a resident also across from Murphy's Pub. And those properties represented in this graphic, this would be where the outdoor area is proposed outside of Murphy's Pub. And these two properties represent the letters that we received in full support of the project. I know one of the conditions of the variance is having residential properties within so many feet of the outdoor area. And these are the two properties directly across from that proposed outdoor area. We submitted the letters to Matt. Granted, they were a little late. I think he just got them yesterday, so I'm not sure if he has them in his packet. So that was one item. And then the staff is going to bring up the question of a parking covenant, which the owner is totally willing to do that. And Matt, I happened to find in city documents this sample off-site parking covenant. I don't know if that is something that the city uses or if we can use that as a template, but we're willing to submit a version of this for that parking covenant to the city. I assume it would come to you for your approval, and then after that it's recorded. But we're more than willing to fill that out to make this go forward. And other than that, I'll be happy to answer any questions after Matt gives his presentation.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. Matt, did you include the covenant as a condition of approval for your recommendation?
Yeah.
Or is that just something you said they're going to need in the future?
Let me see here. Yeah, I know it was a part of our conversation. Let me look here. Yeah, I would recommend having that as a condition of approval.
Got it. Okay.
Which it sounds like they're willing to do, and yeah, that template should work.
Yeah, Mark, I think that's the template we typically use, and I'll be a part of that review as well. If assuming everything is approved here today, I'll be a part of the review of the covenant, and that does look like the standard template that we provide for folks to get that done. So, Ms. Swarthwood, before I go to Matt, is there anything you wanted to add or provide in regards to this application?
Nothing I can think of. Thank you.
Okay. And just to be clear, so the project is to expand the parking that is adjacent to the property and also install an outdoor patio and to the side of the building there?
That's correct.
I apologize, David. I should have given a little more overview of the project, but this site plan right here represents Murphy's Pub. And in this area right here, there is an existing outdoor area that they're using now that was approved as part of the COVID program.
Mhm.
There's existing privacy fence. There's an existing metal pipe overhang. So the project is to replace that with an actual pergola, make it a lot nicer. There'll be an outdoor TV, some outdoor sound. They have a serving area right here that this outdoor area will be connected to, and it's to make it a permanent outdoor area. As part of this, they're also going to be providing, right in this area here, handicap access to the building, which they don't have right now. Like a lot of the pubs downtown, the front door is right here, and you're greeted by 3 steps, I think it is, up into the facility. So this outdoor area will actually provide a handicap access so that now the whole bottom section of the bar will be accessible. And that's the same for the parking expansion. We're really only adding about 15%, I think it was, in terms of parking spaces, which is about 4 parking spaces, but a lot of improvements. Again, there'll be some handicap parking that will be added. We're enclosing the dumpster back here and bringing it away from the street, and just upgrading the parking surface itself in general. So there's 4 or 5 more parking spaces that will be off the street and on their own parking lot now. And that's the project in general.
Okay. A question that's pretty common for me with these applications, particularly with outdoor patio spaces, connected to eating and drinking establishments, is just like any mitigation of adverse impacts, and I think sound is a big one here and at other bars. Are there any efforts that have been made to mitigate the sound impacts, whether that's timing or amplified sound or live music or anything like that?
Both, as Matt will probably mention in his presentation, there will be an outdoor television and an outdoor sound. All of that's being directed away from the street, so it's focused internally at the building. The outdoor area is partially enclosed by a metal screen. That's both for security to keep things from being passed outside, but also to provide screening from the street. So that will help with some noise control. And then we've agreed to time limits as recommended by the staff. I believe Friday through Saturday, the outdoor area will be limited to 12 a.m. as far as the latest it can be open. And then Sunday through Thursday, that's 10 p.m. So
Got it. Okay.
all of that will help mitigate that.
Is that the time that the outdoor area will be allowed? Patrons will be allowed in the outdoor area, or the time that amplified sound is allowed in the outdoor area?
Those were the operating hours for the outdoor area.
Okay. Got it.
And I also have so this was a rendering that we provided with the drawings that shows the pergola and the lattice screening that'll be used to contain the outdoor area.
Got it. Okay. All right. Anything else right now? Mark, anything else?
Only that, again, I thought the staff's review is very detailed. We agree with their recommendations for approval. And again, 2 of the letters that they have in their packet now One is from actual property owners that own the properties, and the other letter is from a resident. So we have both property owners and residents in favor of the project. And obviously, I mean, Murphy's Pub, it's been there 30 plus years, I believe it is. And part of the reason we're here asking for these variances, especially with the parking lot, is because unbeknownst to them, it's on multiple lots, which kicks us into a variance requirement on a parking lot that's been there and functioning for 30 years. And we understand all that, but it's a part of the neighborhood, and obviously the neighborhood's behind it. And the owners have been there for a long time, so they want to make this as, continue to make this a good part of the community for a long time. So look forward to moving forward on it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead and give Matt an opportunity to weigh in.
Thank you. Yeah. Outside of the report, I don't have too much to add. I think the expansion of the parking lot is not very large, and they're improving it aesthetically with some landscaping and closing the dumpster and adding more parking. In one neighborhood we know sometimes it's hard to find a parking space, so that's probably a good thing. The outdoor area, they're improving it and enclosing it. As you mentioned, our only real concern with that is the noise and how it could impact neighboring property owners. So we do have in there as a condition of approval consideration of the noise ordinance and the decibel levels, just being considerate of the neighbors who've come out in support of this project. And we appreciate you providing those letters. I've added those to the case file. Besides that, I don't have too much more to add. So I'm here if you have any questions. Thank you.
Only question, Matt, is was there a discussion about the operating hours of the outdoor area?
There were on the site plan. The applicant noted that the hours of operation were until midnight on Friday and Saturday and until 10 p.m. So the applicant already demonstrated compliance with that requirement in their application submittal.
Thanks. That's what I was wondering. I do have a question for Ms. Swarthwood.
Yes.
Who is Murphy?
There's no Murphy, actually.
There's no Murphy?
There is no Murphy. Don't let that get
no.
out.
Oh, no. Okay.
There was named
No.
Murphy's after a distant cousin by Doug Bailey in the late 60s. So
Okay. Wow. All right. No Santa Claus. No Murphy. Okay. Mark, anything else?
Really, that's it. I think, we've covered the main things, and obviously I went through this a lot quicker than we normally would, again, based on the staff's recommendation. But all of these drawings are in the packet, David, and you'll see on the plan, it's noted the television is in this corner, the street is out here, and the audio will be in these corners, all focused in towards the building. And I think that's probably the most significant thing as far as the residents, that audio will be controlled both by time and by location.
Okay. Yeah, and I stopped the share screen, so I didn't see exactly where you were pointing there, but I have reviewed the application materials, the site plans, the renderings, as well as the staff report. And I'm, I think you probably tell, familiar with the area and with the establishment. And so based on all of that, and based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I am going to approve the application. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll do everything I can to get that out to you as quickly as possible. But I think based on the current queue with my cases, that's probably a realistic expectation. As soon as I finish that decision, I put it into a PDF. I'll email it to everybody in the hearing here today, including Matt. Once Matt has that, he can approve the zoning permit, and you guys can move forward.
Great. One question, as far as the covenant, I'll write this up, and can I just email that to both of you directly, or should I send it through you, Matt?
So why don't you send it to Matt and CC me? Typically, Matt will initiate an RLS process, but by CCing me, it'll give me a head start to look through it, and we should be able to turn that around pretty quickly.
Okay, I'll have
And
that
then,
to you.
if there's any, then I'll communicate with you directly if there's any changes that I think need to be made to the document from a legal standpoint.
Sure.
As soon as we've settled on an actual document that looks good, you can fully execute it. You'll send it to me. Again, after it's executed, I'll add my signature to it, and then you can get it recorded, and we'll be all set.
Okay. Great.
And
thank you.
I can talk through that process with you as we go through it. If you have
Perfect.
questions.
Great, thank you.
All right,
Thank
folks. Good luck with the project. Hope you all have a great day.
Thank you so